Salisbury homeland, and a random family characteristic. You can choose different options for all these. There are 5 characteristics: size, dexterity, strength, constitution, and appeal. Size and con determine total hit points and unconscious value. Size and strength determine weapon and brawling damage. Dex keeps a character upright or horsed and is used for starting weapon skills and throwing. Con also affects healing rate. App covers starting social skills, attractiveness, distinctive traits, and seating at feast. Skills have base starting values, some determined by your characteristic scores. Most skills are straightforward, but here are a few unusual ones. Recognize is used for identifying people, folklore for general and mythical knowledge, battle for navigating battles successfully, and hunting for navigating Britain's dense forests. There are 13 paired traits, like chaste, lustful, or valorous, cowardly, where increasing one lowers the other. These define how a character naturally behaves. If a trait is 16 or higher, it's famous, meaning the character defaults to the behavior without rolling. Otherwise, in uncertain moments, a player can roll one trait of the pair. If it succeeds, that's the action taken. If it fails, the opposite trait is tested instead. Over time, traits can shift through gameplay. Passions show what your character cares about, like loyalty, lord, or love of family. They range from unsung 1 to 15, famous 16 to 19, and exalted 20 plus. You can invoke a passion for a bonus, but failure can cause melancholy, creating a -5 penalty. Or, in the case of madness, takes you right out of play. Famous passions are riskier, but exalted ones mostly help. In Pendragon, you roll a d20 and want to roll under your tested trait, passion, characteristic, or skill, like Price is Right rules. For contested rolls, the higher success wins, while the lower success is called a partial success. Sometimes you need to roll over a target number for challenges, like breaking down a door. Yeah! Rolling exactly your tested value is a critical strike. Rolling over your tested number is a failure. Rolling a 20 on a failed roll is a fumble. Bad news. If your tested number is greater than 20, the extra value becomes a bonus to your roll. This removes failure and fumble risk while boosting your critical chance. Glory measures a knight's fame for their deeds, directly granting permanent increase to their character. To be a knight is to pursue more glory. The more glory, the more recognition, and the greater the benefits to your character. This concludes the basics for a player on how to play Pendragon. The GM can guide the rest. Check out my linked series to find out why you should play Pendragon. And we're back with more Summerland Enchantment. We're playing Pendragon. The year is still 508. It's been some time since we have the full group together. And by together, I mean we'll see how much they yell at each other here in the next little while. But before we get mean in character, let's get nice out of character and do some introductions. We'll start with Rebecca.
Hello, I'm Rebecca, and I will be playing Olwen of Barrowcrest Manor.
Excellent. And Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily, and I will be playing Lady Beatrice of Barrowcrest for now. For now.
It's ominous. Nicole?
I'm Nicole. I play Sir Alien the Lost.
Excellent. And Cyberbro.
I am Cyberbro. I play Sir Lucius Julius Juliana.
And now I'm going to turn the music down a bit. There we go. All right. So we left off with a few things, but I just want to do some reminders here as we move towards the end of Anarchy and move into the next era of play. We'll start with Emily. What do you recall about your necklace?
I don't want it. That's the main thing I recall about it. I don't want it.
What if I told you that wish was granted?
Thank God. So I remember that it was to do with the owning of the Goblin Market. It was to essentially remind me that I needed to protect it from Cornwall, which I had no ability to do as a single person. And my mom came, took over my life for a little bit, and then the necklace miraculously disappeared when she did. And you know, Beatrice wasn't here to ask questions. It really felt like a 2 birds, 1 stone moment, and she just let it go. But yeah, that was the necklace. It was also, she couldn't take it off.
Indeed. All right. And then we've got Lucius Julius Julianus, of course, who's going to marry a Saxon. But there's been no additional information in character as of yet.
That is very true. So we'll see.
Finally, we have Elian, who has turned into a bit of a, for lack of a better term, death seeker. We have talked in the background, and Elian has added a directed trait of +6 to gloried death or death seeking. So if it comes to battle, if it comes to opportunities to die with honor, with glory, as a knight should, Elian's very likely to take up those opportunities in this current state. And we've spent a bit of time in the aftermath of Netley Marsh, the death of the Winter Prince, figuring out where everyone is. Other than me accidentally bumping my mic there, we haven't done a lot to figure out where Olwen is. We know that Olwen was away for a time. We discussed it a little bit. We figured that you would have saw to directly the sort of restoration of Chewton as sort of a mourning and parting of ways. Hey, Ampa, thanks for the subscription. Appreciate it, friend.
Thank you so much.
So let's start there, because we're going to catch you up, because you haven't had any real sessions in 508 since the very first one. Why don't you roll me a d10?
Omi Dobie? That's a 5.
All right, 5 it is. Roll me 2d100 then.
Shall do. 39 and a 1.
And that was 5, so it's interrupt. Okay. Who would you have been accompanied by? Let's see. We're going to assume that you aren't there under your own safety, or under your own, without protection. But we've already established that Dogged's not there. We've established that Cadogan's not there. We've established that, like, basically a lot of your knights rode to war. We haven't really gathered new knights.
I mean, we do have a named knight, but it would be under the grants, but unless Grade decided to go with me.
Yeah, sure. We can say it was great. That works. I'm going to do one more thing just to figure this out a bit more. Who in Olwen's past has wanted her dead and just left her alive for this time? We got any outstanding villains here?
I mean, wanting her dead specifically is hard to say. I know that last interaction with her sister didn't go necessarily all that well, but I don't think she wants her dead.
Okay,
There's
I got
that
it.
lion.
No, I got it. So you've been at Chewton for a while, and you're nearing the completion of what you can do this year. It's going to be a multi-year restoration to get it back to any semblance of what it once was. And in that time, you have an opportunity to come to at least like a bit of a peace with what you've lost there. I'm wondering what it's going to take for Olwen to move forward from the death of someone she cared a lot about. What does she lean on to move on?
I think she had that hairpin that she got from the wreckage, and I think a lot of it, like, just focusing on, I don't know, seeing if there's anything special about it, seeing if there's any sort of like connection there. I think it's difficult it's difficult to move on from something when you don't know if there was anything really there to begin with. And especially when you don't necessarily understand the feelings that you have.
All right.
Whether it's because you've never really experienced them before, you don't have a name for it.
So what I'd like to know is, what does she lean into here? Or what does she attempt to lean into here? Is this just moving on like butterfly mode? Or like,
Yeah, I think
like on to the next
she
moment?
really throws herself into her work. And
Is this like
think,
is this like the people that like are really happy at celebrations of life, the Christian scientists and stuff like that? But you know what I mean, like where they like don't grieve.
God, no. No, Owen cries. Owen is like emotional. She thinks about every opportunity that she has to.
She's also a super optimist, though. Optimists tend to approach negative things by, what do you call it? Almost toxic positivity at one point, I think.
Oh, it's absolutely super
right. So toxic
positive. She's the
positivity
definition
is
of toxic positivity.
it can another word for that is avoidant.
Delusional.
yeah, avoid. But you're like hard problems, like lesbian. Jeez.
Yeah.
Leslie.
I
Nope.
mean.
Yeah.
I mean.
Leslie Nope style, right? Like the whole let's just move away from it. You know.
Yeah.
I could see that. So is that what she does? Is it just a matter of moving forward?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Especially if there's something new and shiny that distracts her from it.
Let's start with a spiritual roll because of something you said.
Absolutely. Spiritual. Success.
Without any, this is what I love about this game. It's, is there anything important about the hairpin? Absolutely there is. Is there like a magic, who knows? It doesn't matter. But right now it's important to your character. So this means something. This hairpin, it's a connection to her and allows you to sort of move forward with her memory. And that puts you at a strange peace. In a hippie fashion, you are connected with the universe again. And as you complete your work here, it's like a way of parting ways. Tick spiritual.
Oh, it's already ticked.
Okay. What, this season? Really? Or this?
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird. We will go with a tick on energetic, because that was a lot of work.
All right.
Yeah. And we'll go with a tick on like deceit as like a means of shoving down the truth.
Yeah.
Lying to yourself is one of the best ways to lie, apparently. And we'll move forward. So it's about time to return. You start on the road. Give me an awareness test.
Success.
You hear the sound of cavalry, or at least horses, riders moving fast this way.
Cool.
It's just you and Grade. And it sounds like more than a couple.
All right. This is bad.
Probably, yeah. Yep.
I think she'll turn and try and quickly see if she can try and recognize anybody or see if she can find. Yeah.
Yep. Give me a recognize roll +5 and give me a sight roll +5.
That's a critical recognize. and a success on sight.
You don't know why you know it precisely. I mean, the glamour helps and you can see it. But you know that these are Seelie Knights. And as they kind of see you, they order the charge forward after you.
Does this feel aggressive?
It feels very aggressive.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
there's a moment where Owen's, oh, Seelie Knights, this is very exciting. Oh no. And then she locks eyes with Grade and says, we have to gallop. We have to gallop now.
Grade is already kind of... He's reading it. He doesn't know the details. He just knows that knights bearing down on you on the road is not a good idea, not a good thing. And so he's twisting his horse. He's, let's get the hell out of here. Now you do have a lead, but this is going to be a chase scene, Olwen, on your horse, on your horsey horse.
That's fine.
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and start with Olwen and... How do we spell grade? Was it Greid or something?
Greid, I believe.
Yeah.
Grade.
Okay. So there will be conditions here. If the Seelie Knights succeed, basically, if they can score points, you can lose points, you can score points. If you get to 10, you've made it close enough to your lands again where they're going to turn away. If they get to your number, they're going to be able to start trying to, whatever they're here to do, whether it's capture you or hurt you, they're going to start being able to do that. If you crit, you go forward 2. If you succeed, you go forward 1.
Okay.
If you fail and they succeed, you don't go backwards, but they go forward an extra 1.
Okay.
Would you like to impassion? We're using 5.2 rules for impassion, so it will last for the scene. But it does come with risk.
Yeah. Y'all, all my passions are like so high. All the ones that would work here. I think I'm gonna go with I think love of Summerland would, or my loyalty to branches would make more sense.
It's driving you to get back home.
My love of family. I need to get back to them.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Is that low? Is that why you're saying that?
No, they're both like within, like my love of Summerland and love of family is the same.
Yeah,
but...
whatever's driving you to get home, I think that's the appropriate one.
All right, let's go. Oh, goodness. Okay, cool.
Hey,
all right, and this is horsemanship rules.
Thanks for the subscription. And love family was a success, so you get to test your horsemanship with a +5.
Hooray.
I'm going to roll a simple d20 for grade each time because he is a horsemanship of 20 and a horsemanship of 19, I mean. And if he gets a 20, that's the only time it's going to matter where it's real bad. Right?
Success.
Whew, that was higher than I expected. And then these guys are very good riders, as you'd expect. Okay. So the good news is, even on a partial success, you move forward 1. Grade beat the Seelie, so because they were not the top number, they only move forward 1. So Olwen and Grade are at 6. Seelie Knights are at 1. As we continue,
you keep rolling.
Yeah, we'll go into the next rounds. As we move here, we see that there's the winding path of the forest as you make your way from Chutin as hard as you can towards Barrowcrest.
All right, we're rolling again. 18 again, success.
All right, steady it goes. So that brings you to 7. This might be really straightforward for you. So far, so good. And then... all right, we go into the next round of the chase.
Fuck. I'll kill you, Bob. Failure.
I need to throw some GM curses in there at some point. Okay. Horsemanship 18. Olwyn, roll 2d100, please.
18 and a 6.
19 and 6, you say? Okay. As you're riding, you see one of the riders pull back, and he takes his spear, a shorter spear, and he throws it. And the spear, fortunately, goes right over your head, but it lands right in front of your horse. And your horse stops and sort of freaks out, goes up on its back end, but it is not a fumble. You are not on your ass. You just have to slow down.
Again?
Did
No,
I
you
roll for
gotta
the
add.
ceiling? I did.
You did.
There we go. So it is time for the next round. Oh no.
Fail, Bob.
Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna, because these are chained obstacles, I'm gonna say you have trouble getting your horse sort of to get back on the pin. It's like a major setback for you as if they catch up twice.
Merlin.
And we move into the next round. With Olwyn and Grade at 7 and Sealy Knights have caught up to 4.
Okay. Please, Rhiannon. Success.
Grade is still on his horse. And they do not crit. So that's good. That brings us to 8 and 5. Just 2 more. Just 2 small more left.
It's another success.
You're in those 13s right now.
13s, baby.
Grade and the Sealy. So we move to 9. And 6.
He's
One more, and Olwyn managed to reach her lands.
Rhiannon. Success.
It's good.
Oh, come on, Grade.
And they are not able to follow. They slow to stop somewhere not far from the village of Butcombe. Like,
Eh.
it's within sight. You can see Barrowcrest at the top of the hill. And you manage to reach safety. As Olwyn goes riding in. Congratulations. You can get
Yay.
50 glory for the successful chase, and we'll give you plus 10 insight for seeing Sealy Knights.
50 glory, 10 insight.
Don't forget your critical on recognize as
Yeah.
well. All right. We will go So this is all happening. This is bringing you up to speed with Summerland. Maybe I'll check in. So after the events of last time, for Beatrice, for Elian, for Lucius, did Lucius return to St. George?
Yeah, I think so. I think Lucius would have returned to St. George. He didn't get the warmest of welcomes in Barrow Crest. Not very hospitable.
It's fair. We will
It's
check
yelled
in. We'll check in next with Beatrice. You know, obviously we're going to continue from here, but in the immediate, is Beatrice around when Olwen comes back, when Olwen returns? Quite
Oh, yeah.
abruptly. Okay.
Yeah, she hasn't left, probably. Like,
Okay.
at all during the battle kind of thing.
So the next question is ultimately what Elian's up to. Because there isn't a lot. I'll tell you what Elian could potentially be up to. There's always skirmishing at the borders down in Cornwall. Actually, you're healing, I think, aren't you?
Yeah,
got
I think
wounded.
I'm at Melody Grant's healing because I never fully healed from after getting stumped all that
Right.
time at the feast back then, and then I
So
went to
you're-
battle.
Yeah, you're
and then I
away
went to battle
anyways.
again. So I'm like,
Yeah. Okay, so we'll
I am all
treat...
the way up to 11 hit points.
Nice. We'll treat you in separate vignettes, and which is kind of my original plan anyways. But we're going to start with sort of the conversation between Beatrice and Olwen as Olwen arrives in abruptly. Beatrice, you're summoned because Olwen arrived so abruptly. And a reminder that Cadogan went south, right? To scout on Cornwall.
Yes, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yep.
Okay.
So we kind of move in. We see Dogged in Medoro survived, right? We determined that.
Yes.
Yeah, Minotaurus
Yeah.
has survived, and we also have we have a bonus child. We've picked up another child.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Dogged
did.
Dogged has another one. Dogged has Balon.
Right, Alan.
So at this point, yeah, everyone kind of checks on Olwen and Grade to see why they came in, abruptly. They, were full tilt the whole way right into the village.
I think Owen's got that crazed adrenaline look on her face.
Do I want to know at this point?
We were chased by Sealy knights. No big deal. Just Barrow Crest things.
What do we do to the Sealy?
I mean, I imagine it probably has something to do with who my mother is. Just a guess.
But why not before now? We've been in worse positions, I think.
I don't know.
Not very much worse, but worse.
I don't know why anybody does anything.
Okay. Okay, all right. So add the Sealy to the growing list of issues. Okay, that also may be something you want to tell your mother about.
I never want to tell my mother anything, but
Well, you visit her once a year at this point. You might as well tell her.
we'll barely talk. She just... I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm usually not.
Hmm.
But how close are they to our borders right now?
Oh, off. Pretty, I suppose. They were pretty close, right? Did they turn around and leave, or did we just lose them?
I would say you think that they kind of turned around and left. Yeah, like they did the whole Nazgul retreat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got close at least. I think they just decided to give up. We got too far ahead and they wrote it off as a loss, as it were.
Okay. So,
What have I missed? Where is everyone?
why am I always the one here for this? They went to battle
Right.
with Finn and Nanteliad. We lost badly.
Badly.
Badly enough that we can't really come back from it.
He's come back. We've got everyone. If we pull together.
Nanteliad's dead, and his people are scattered at best. And
Okay. What? That's impossible.
it's
You-
very much possible, and it's very much true. Turns out Finn wasn't the son of Uther. Finn was the grandson of Uther, if I'm remembering correctly. He was the son of Uther's illegitimate son.
So you're saying that he wasn't who they said he was?
No. And the ladies of the lake knew it the entire time.
Of course they
Agreed
did.
to not tell anyone. They told him, or he became aware of it right before the battle, which, you know, makes it to them better, but worse. I told them to never come back.
I think that's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Never liked Nineveh. That's not true. I liked it for a brief moment, and then I stopped.
So we can't come back from it.
You knew I wanted to take him to London, right?
I know we all wanted to do a lot of things for him, but
We listened to the ladies.
no, we hoped. And we loved a boy who we cared for.
It happens far too much.
Yeah.
If we took him to London, maybe.
He wouldn't have gone.
Yeah. Everyone told me that was a bad idea.
I think Dogged will step in at this point because he's there, and he'll say, Olwyn, he was no longer a squire. He was a knight, a prince, and he decided to follow Cadwy into war. He decided to follow Nanteliad into war. It was his choice. It didn't work out well for any of us. But you can't hold yourself or anyone accountable for that. Aside from the ladies. If they knew,
And the people that killed him.
the Saxons,
From where? Dogged.
Wessex.
Wessex. Good to know.
There's probably going to be another takeover of Summerland. They're going to want their territory back. So Cadwy's either going to have to flee into the marshlands again, or that's probably it. We don't have a standing army. We have maybe 3 knights.
Then we need more.
From where?
We'll figure it out. Did Frey and Bowie ever get back?
Will we? I haven't seen Bowie. Everay's, I think, done.
It's fair. Perhaps if he's willing, we can set him up as an esquire. Or not an esquire, a senior knight, trainer. Ask him for... Well, Dogged, how could we get more people?
What are we looking for, Vidioin?
Enough. Enough that we can stop running.
Cadragon has gone to scout to see how ready Cornwall is. My understanding is that Cornwall participated in the war under Sir Florence on behalf of the Saxons. It's also my understanding that, well, knights aren't known to ride much past the middle of summer. War can get problematic in harsh weather conditions, and they often have their own manners to see to. Sounds selfish, but it's true. It's very rare that battle wages on past summer, and we're nearing the end of it. So if we're to see trouble, it won't be this year, I suspect. At least not this far north.
Right.
As far as people, we need a source of being able to afford them. We run on a skeleton crew when it comes to knights in these manors. You have 3 manors and 2 are empty right now.
Yeah, about that.
Beatrice.
Pendragon and I want to take one of them.
Good. I've
I-
wanted you to take one for so long.
Yeah, I think I'd like my own space for my family and to make our own decisions. So I think that's what we want to do, but he has to get back first and then we'll deal
Oh.
with that.
I'll help you get as set up as I can. Shooting still needs work done, but it's nice. I could think of no better way to honor Rianne.
Were there brownies there when you went?
No? I don't think so. No, it was pretty much just us. And
I would
could
actually
use her.
prefer it that way.
I know.
Cadogan will decide which of the 2, likely. But I'm ready to not be in Barrowcrest, I think.
I understand. I mean, after all, you are a lady. You're probably much better at doing this sort of thing than me.
Emily, roll
That's
a
just-
d10.
Okay. I don't like the ominous D10 rolls. One moment, my roll 20 is going to move at the speed of molasses.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Keep role playing.
It's 9. I got it. It's a 9.
Yeah, go ahead. Continue. Forget I said anything. Proceed.
That's scary, Bob. I hate it.
A lot of responsibility, but you can handle it.
That's wrong turn of phrase, but sure.
I mean, you're better at this sort of thing or this sort of timing.
I'm better at making hard decisions.
Yeah,
The lady part is less.
ladies,
But
just the title, really.
I think now what you do is you're going to leave for fall,
Yeah,
and then we get ready for winter.
indeed. Perhaps I will have a talk with my mother about things. As much as I'm loath to do desperate times and all of that.
You could probably argue an army.
I
She
intend
loses
to
her
do so.
foothold here if you go.
Quite so. I don't
So-
intend to roll over for her. I think I'm far too angry to be afraid right now.
I was too at first.
We'll see how long it lasts.
All right. We're going to move forward. And we're going to move forward out of summer and into fall. As we look at autumn on our lovely pagan cycle, we will near the autumnal equinox, which is the time in which Olwen visits the Unseelie Court. And that's going to be roughly around when all the scenes are. Some of them might start a little bit earlier in like late August, early September, but we will see. If we get Olwen, that's where we're picking up with Olwen. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll randomly. 1's Rebecca, 2's Emily, 3's Nicole, and 4 is Cyberbro. Cyberbro, we're going to visit you for a minute. In St. George.
St. George, yeah.
What were your priorities for the remainder of the summer?
Establishing that the crucifixes have been put in the basements or destroyed, one or the other.
Makes for good lumber, probably, if you're not against it. Would you hold those things as cursed? Like, how superstitious are you? Because people were put to... You mean the actual crucifixes, right? Just for the audience. You mean the people that were actually crucified outside of St. George, for anyone that's confused by that. So the question is, given that, is there any sort of apprehension to reuse the supplies?
No, we're not reusing that. This is Summerland. I know what's going on here right now. This is Summerland. What I think, maybe briefly, what do you mean you didn't burn them? You know, burn them, rip them out of the houses and burn them right now.
And before they were burned, how much salt was applied?
Copious amounts of salt.
Yeah, okay.
Copious amounts.
All right, we can say that problem's been dealt with. You are probably... Why don't we give you a tick in stewardship? So you're taking over your lands for the first time.
Yay.
And we'll give you a tick in spiritual to represent superstitious.
I already have a tick in spiritual.
Okay. Prudent.
Prudent? Ooh, okay, cool.
Yeah. And roll me a d10.
Okay. Other than that, my other priority would be like talking to my knights, you know, kind of giving them my introductory like talk, like expectations and things like that.
Sounds good. Roll 2d100.
Okay, 2d100. 56 and 75.
I don't even know if we need to roll on that. I think we already did it. Resist mysticism. I'm gonna say that's basically what just happened. Oh no, I know what it is. We're going to name a knight for you. So you have a couple of knights that are assigned to St. George, some of Natalia's knights, and they will live out their days here as household knights. One of them is very much pagan, very much when I say that, I mean they're kind of a bit militant with it. It's kind of in your face all the time, creating
Rattling bones and stuff like that, you know.
Constantly. Yeah, you might find crosses that happen to fall on the floor for no reason. You know, oops, someone must have knocked into them, stuff like that. Their name is Caw, too, by the way. So, Sir Caw. Yeah. Yeah.
Ominous.
But they've been loyal regardless. You realize you don't have steward yet. You also don't have anyone to work within, I think it's a chapel or whatever the equivalent there of. You don't have a holyman. And that's something I think Lucius would probably seek after. Both of those will cost you. Sorry, the steward will cost you. The holyman will not, but you've got to find one. Or the holyman's more like a one-time cost than the steward's a yearly thing. But oftentimes, the role of the lady of the house, she will often take over a stewardship.
How interesting. Okay. Good to
In
go.
a small manner, anyways. Because it's costly otherwise.
All right. So then, in that case, until the lady of the house arrives, I guess I need let me get the holy man first. I need somebody praying over on account of Summerland.
Okay. I'm not going to go with Cadwigan. We already have one of those. Gwalter and Caw are your two household knights. Gwalter is... What is he like? Let's see. Fear creatures. You know, that just works so well when you're in Summerland. It's just a healthy amount. Let's see where Gwalter's from. He's from the Saxon Shore. Okay, so he's from Huntland originally, and Caw is from the same region, so South Counties. And interesting. So Caw's from what would be Wessex now. Yeah. But he seems particularly pagan. So actually I'm gonna retcon that. Caw's from Summerland. Let's just make Caw from Summerland. It just works better. It's a pagan area.
Makes perfect sense. You know, they were putting his wise women on pyres, so he's kind of doubled down in the faith.
Yeah, so who are you sending out to find a holyman? One of the best places to do that, of course, would be any of the Roman civitas. Bath is the closest one.
I'm not going to Bath. I don't like Bath.
Are you going to do it yourself, or are you going to send a knight to do it?
I'll send a knight to do it. I got to have a conversation with Caw about his vandalism, so I'll send Walter.
Walter? Okay, make a record of those characters for yourself. Those will be household knights that you can call on.
All right. Cool.
All right.
1 sec. Yep, got it.
Okay. As the fall ticks on, we see a rider come in with the banner of Wessex.
I've had I just want to establish I've had the conversation with Caw about his vandalism, right?
Okay, yeah, do you want to roleplay that?
We don't have to roleplay it. We can roll it just to see how successful it is. Because I can't have him knocking over crosses.
What do you say to him?
More along the lines of, listen, I understand your apprehension for what has happened here in Summerland during the last campaign season. But it's not in good taste or effective for us to be knocking over crosses around the manor. This is St. George. I'm gonna need you to lock it.
Aye, my lord.
I get it. I've seen terrible things out there, as have you. We can't have that right now.
They put my sister to the pyre, my lord. The Christians.
You have my deepest condolences.
I will make sure that as many Cornishmen die as the years I am allowed to live from here forward.
On that, we are on the same page.
He is famously prudent, so I don't think he's going to fight you on this. Okay, we will... What moves on? And then, yeah, back to the Wessex scene. A small envoy from Wessex arrives. You see two men. They ride as well as any... They ride like Kimmery, which kind of surprises you.
Paul, take notes.
I can't read or write, my lord.
And then take mental notes. Something monumentous is about to happen, and you'll see the result of sacrifice and oaths.
I see. Very well. At this point, the head knight gets off his horse. And he looks to you. Give me a recognize roll +5. You've met this man. Let's see if you remember.
Hopefully it's not someone I've thrown a rock at. I throw a lot of rocks. Recognize, +5. Okay, sick.
Okay. This is Sir Kenrick, the son of the King of Wessex. The Prince of Wessex. The heir of Wessex.
Carl, the Prince of Wessex is here. Get the good plates out.
Very well, my lord. Can we get staff for that? That's not really a knight's duty.
Bob, out of character, do we have staff or,
You did. You had staff. Yeah. There was a point where everyone abandoned St. George or was murdered in St. George.
We don't have staff. Remember the crucifixes. Those were used. Those were not decorational crucifixes. Those crucifixes were used, the big ones.
Right.
We will get staff. I know I dishonor you in asking you to do this, and I do apologize. But we are in trying times, and things are going to get harder.
You're correct. Very well. And with that, he'll head off. The dinner is served. Porpoise and peas, broth with bacon and peas. Lots of peas in your storehouse. And glazed eggs.
It was the only thing they didn't take. I don't know what's wrong with them. Yeah. The only thing
they didn't wreck your crops, so...
yeah. Their mistake. I would have salted this whole place.
The Prince of Wessex looks to you. A nod of familiarity.
I nod back. Ave, it seems you've ridden well on the way here. I trust you haven't had any issues.
We know what routes to avoid.
Very good. I had to learn that lesson firsthand. Seeing things.
We have very few who can do much to resist my father at this point. Salisbury was left in defending from us. And Silchester, They were raided. Barrack. They were overrun. But such war times may be something of the past soon. Once Father is named High King, peace can be restored to this land.
This is not an island that knows peace. It took, historically, twice as many legions to hold Britain when my ancestors conquered this island. They're prone to revolts, and they do like their marshes.
It held well under Vortigern for a time.
For a time,
His heir has returned.
he had many heirs. I mean you no disrespect. I understand. That is your father, and I would not speak ill of him to you, or I don't know him enough to speak ill of him. I'm in a sour mood. I've lost my king, and someone I care for very deeply. It will pass.
I heard great things about Ninteliad, he says.
He was the type of man that made the hard decisions even when it inconvenienced. He was the type of man who you'd follow, not because you were oathed to follow him, because you wanted to. It's I've met five I've met a lot of kings, but he was my favorite. And that's not because I was oathed to him. He was a good man. I met one that gave up his duties to go hunt some beasts in the woods. It was filthy.
You speak of the landless king
Yeah.
from Gales. Yes, I've heard his stories. In fact, Father said not too long ago he was wandering through Wessex, the forests of Wessex.
Yes, he is quite the hunter. He gets around.
I've also heard these rumors, he says, with a smirk, when you say he gets around.
Lucius chuckles.
As for my cousin, cousins, I should say, there are a few names being thrown around. I told Father that I would see to your caliber directly while visiting. See which of our kin you are best suited for.
I see. The manor is in a state of rebuilding. The praetor besieged it, and through means not of this world, we left. So it is not staffed as appropriately, to which I am fixing that. Drop my mic, sorry. To which I am fixing that.
That's it, you just leave the feast.
Yeah.
But so he nods. He says, I was surprised when I arrived here to see no staff. But given all that's happened, I can understand. It looks like this place has seen recent war. Can I ask, who brought war upon you here? Was it the Cornish?
No, the praetor Siagrius. He was looking for young Finnegan. Put him to the sword. He failed in that endeavor. He's an ally of yours, is that correct?
He fought for us. He fought for Father. I'd hardly call him an ally. If he had
That's
his
not
way, he would ensure that all people from my descent, whether they be Saxon, Angles, Frisian, Frankish, we were all a threat to his paradise, Swazan.
He
And
would burn the world.
one blessing we have is that he's taken it upon him instead to pay back the line of Uther Pendragon for a betrayal that he talks at great length about.
I've never met Uther. I haven't heard any good stories about him, being honest.
Nor have I, from either side. You knew this.
Tell me.
You knew this Winter Prince?
Yes, I knighted him. Raised him along with others. Loved him as you would love a cousin, I suppose. Not like a brother, no, but a cousin. He was like a cousin. A younger cousin.
Indeed. There are rumors, I know not how true they are. They say that there was a son between Uther and Igraine. One taken by the son of the devil.
I don't know of that.
He nods. And he'll move on from like serious talk to small talk. You find he's actually quite cultured in Kimry. You learn that he considers himself of Gwesi heritage, which is a tribe that you're familiar with, or at least you are now. A mixture of Saxon and Kimry, an experiment, a social experiment, and brought on by Vortigern himself to try and tie his foreign soldiers more, to integrate them more into the island.
Culture.
And that only worked out to basically be the Gwesi ended up being exiled, leaving. But it seems some of them have returned. What you have heard about them is that they are good horse riders. Good cavalry.
I see. Cavalry is one of the pillars of any good army. So, tell me of your cousins.
Well, I'll refrain from detail that you might use to seek out additional information, so names will stay off the list. But the eldest is 1 year off of being considered a spinster, so she is to be wed this year. She is the one with the most manners, and she will create the most problems for you.
I see.
As for the next, she is very much her own soul, and personally my favorite. But she does not like to be told what to do. She will have a hard time in this Kimry culture. Especially such a pious holding as this. She is of the old faith. And even though some are beginning to take on the faith of this island, the Christian faith.
British Christian is a bastardization of true faith, but continue.
Yes, Sir Joseph Arimathea. Anyways, I digress. I think you would suit her well, but you will not thrive if you don't allow her a certain freedom that she's come to expect over being related to royalty over the last 17 years.
I see.
As for the youngest, but 1 year younger, she is the kindest, and she will bring you very little in the way of manners or dowry. The smallest of the three, both in dowry size and her own stature. She would be pleasant, but if you're looking for someone who will keep you challenged, both mentally and socially, I'm afraid you're looking at the wrong pick.
I will give you my opinion on what I believe I need, and you will do. I suppose you'll do with it what you will. I do not live a life filled with much choice, and when I do get to make decisions, they are not the best ones, nor under the best circumstances. I have enough manners for 2 people. I have no need of manners. So the first one would not be my preference. I would not take someone so young and involve them into the politics of Summerland and the current situation here. It would seem to be an injustice and unkind. Furthermore, I have no need of additional kindness. I am kind enough. So, if I was to prefer one, it would be the middle one.
He nods. Do you consider yourself a forgiving man, Sir Lucius?
Let's see.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it sounds like open mic now.
I can't hear you, but
Oh no.
out of power. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I've had that happen. You can't hear me? Oh no. And we cut away. If someone wants to
It's
kindly
not
let
thing.
Cyberbro know.
Got
There's-
it.
Yeah, we're gonna cut
Okay, I
away.
got you now.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I had lost volume.
Oh. Yeah, it's all good. Once you know what, we're gonna go quick BRB. We'll be right. With Kimmer culture, Christian religion, Salisbury homeland, and a random family characteristic. You can choose different options for all these. There are 5 characteristics: size, dexterity, strength, constitution, and appeal. Size and con determine total hit points and unconscious value. Size and strength determine weapon and brawling damage. Dex keeps a character upright or horsed and is used for starting weapon skills and throwing. Con also affects healing rate. App covers starting social skills, attractiveness, distinctive traits, and seating at feast. Skills have base starting values, some determined by your characteristic scores. Most skills are straightforward, but here are a few unusual ones. Recognize is used for identifying people, folklore for general and mythical knowledge, battle for navigating battles successfully, and hunting for navigating Britain's dense forests. There are 13 paired traits, like chaste, lustful, or valorous, cowardly, where increasing one lowers the other. These define how a character naturally behaves. If a trait is 16 or higher, it's famous, meaning the character defaults to the behavior without rolling. Otherwise, in uncertain moments, a player can roll one trait of the pair. If it succeeds, that's the action taken. If it fails, the opposite trait is tested instead. Over time, traits can shift through gameplay. Passions show what your character cares about, like loyalty, lord, or love family. They range from unsung 1 to 15, famous 16 to 19, and exalted 20 plus. You can invoke a passion for a bonus, but failure can cause melancholy, creating a -5 penalty, or, in the case of madness, takes you right out of play. Famous passions are riskier, but exalted ones mostly help. In Pendragon, you roll a d20 and want to roll under your tested trait, passion, characteristic, or skill, like Price is Right rules. For contested rolls, the higher success wins, while the lower success is called a partial success. Sometimes you need to roll over a target number for challenges, like breaking down a door. Oh yeah! Rolling exactly your tested value is a critical strike. Rolling over your tested number is a failure. Rolling a 20 on a failed roll is a fumble. Bad news. If your tested number is greater than 20, the extra value becomes a bonus to your roll. This removes failure and fumble risk while boosting your critical chance. Glory measures a knight's fame for their deeds, directly granting permanent increase to their character. To be a knight is to pursue more glory. The more glory, the more recognition, and the greater the benefits to your character. This concludes the basics for a player on how to play Pendragon. The GM can guide the rest. Check out my linked series to find out why you should play Pendragon. All right, we're back. So when we left off, Kinrick, the Prince of Wessex, looked to, I almost said Cyberbo, but looked to Lucius and said, "Do you consider yourself a forgiving man?"
Yes, it is who I am. I don't lash out at others with misgivings, lack of a better phrase, others. I would believe that I am a forgiving man.
Are you more forgiving than vengeful on your sheet?
Yes.
Okay. That he nods, and as the interaction winds down.
I have one more question for him.
Okay.
Why is she your favorite cousin?
I think that I value strength. Not just physical strength, but the strength to endure, the strength to mold oneself regardless of circumstances. And I think in that, she is the best suited to do. She was one of my best friends growing up. I'm gonna correct that because there is a pretty large age gap there. I'm gonna say I was one who raised her for a large portion of her time as a page.
I see. Final question. What do you, the king, know of me to entrust me with any of your family members?
You should know that the king would never ransom her. If you hold her hostage, then it will be what it will be.
I'm not the type.
You are a loyal Kimri. One not bound to places like Salisbury, who are who hold much hate for us Saxons. Despite their marshal being married to one.
I see.
You say you're a forgiving man, so I'll entrust that with you. I think it's only fair that you should know. And he kind of stands up and he looks you in the eye as he... Apparently they're not staying the night. Apparently they're getting ready to go. His servants, not servants, his riders move in a protective stance. At first, Caw gets ready too, like, oh, are we about to skirmish here? What's going on? But as those two other men move forward, it's clear they're not here to start a fight as much as protect Kenrick. And he says, I'm the one who killed your king. Oh no.
1 second, I'll roll something else. Do I have Loyalty Lord? Oh yeah, Lord. Let's see. Success, Loyalty Lord. He's under my hospitality. What would Natalia think of this?
Are you asking me? Or are you coming up with your own conclusion?
I'm attempting to come up with my own conclusion.
Okay.
I'm asking you, what would Natalia think of this? This is the player asking, not the PC.
Nantelian died on the battlefield. It wasn't a poisoning, it wasn't a slaughter. It was an ambush, but that's a valid tactic in war. You might consider it dirty. Nantelian was very much a by the book when it comes to hospitality kind of king. He'd remember it, but he'd know that right now isn't the time for such stories.
Okay. Did he fight?
He didn't have the opportunity.
Ambush. Not the best tactic, but an effective one, apparently. My king valued hospitality, and it was on the battlefield. No harm will come to you under my roof.
I credit Siagris with the tactic.
And he looks up. That you didn't need to tell me that. Yeah.
He was the one who told my king. He was the one that chose the place where it would take place. He's the reason why Netley Marsh worked out in our favor.
I'm gonna roll intrigue because I want to. I'll roll it and then I'll speak. Well, I'll roll law as my intrigue. Success. What I'm trying to figure out is, am I being played right now? Is he giving me this truth so I direct more anger and aggression towards Siagrius than I already have, on account of crucifying my peasants?
Trusting or so you're doing intrigue. Okay, I can do something here.
Trying to see if I'm getting played.
You gotta be kidding me. 1 sec. Let me just see if... I'm gonna do this. Crits. You can't tell.
Okay.
I rolled I wasn't sure what his intrigue was, so I had a 10 plus 1d6 because he's been going around to Salisbury and other courts his whole time since his father arrived here. Just behind the scenes, that's kind of what he's been doing. So he has been a courtly knight or a courtly figure. So I rolled to see what he had, and yeah, crit. So despite your success, he's a hard read, and you can't quite gauge him. I think the next step would be suspicious and trusting.
That's what I was just about to say. I want to roll suspicious or trusting to see whichever way it is.
Okay.
Failure on trusting. Failure on suspicious.
You are uncertain. You're like torn. You're torn is kind of how that represents, right? You're like, something about his words sounds very blunt and very honest. There's a part of you that's, should I ever trust this though? And then there's a part of you that's, what does he have to redirect my hate? What am I going to do one way or the other?
Thank you for this information and your honesty and candor.
If we are to be kin through marriage, these are things you should know.
Yes, you are correct.
We'll depart for Bath now. Thank you for your hospitality.
It was the least that I can do. If we are to be kin through marriage,
And with that, I'll give you a nod, and his men sort of relax a little bit, and then they go to exit.
now I probably should walk him out. That's what you do as a lord. So I walk him out. Right? Yeah, that'd be smart. That's smart.
Yeah, the other two men stay between you and him this whole time, and probably Kaw kind of stays between you and them. So there's like this awkward exchange now, just making sure nothing goes wrong as they exit.
Yep.
He doesn't really seem to he doesn't seem any less trusting, but his men are doing the protocol thing they're supposed to do.
And there's only two of them, right?
Yep.
I see. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I would see them off and call you relieved to your own choices for the evening. I have to ponder things.
What did you want me to remember? Was it the part that man killed King Nanteliad, or was it the part about the 3 potential marriage candidates? You told me to make a mental note.
Yes, you were to remember how I acted in this situation. We showed them we showed them appropriate hospitality under our roof, and we didn't slit their throats or poison them.
Aye.
Should they come here under a war footing, it is my intentions for this place to be a slaughterhouse. They will receive no hospitality if they come here waving the banner of war.
Very good. I did have one request for you. Can we make sure that we have lots of staff? Would you mind if I pick some of them, perhaps?
You may pick some of the staff car. However, make sure they understand my 2 things. First and foremost, make sure they don't go around desecrating any crucifixes, or any of the saintly goods. You must remember this is St. George.
He smiles and says, "Of course, sir."
Second, don't bring anyone under my employ that is not ready to die.
Vague, but I can work with that.
War is coming here, Carl, whether we like it or not. It may come from Escavalon, it may come from Salisbury, Cornish, Wessex. I don't care from where it comes from. But as I said before, St. George will be a slaughterhouse. For every 10 men that enter, only 3 men will leave. So don't bring anyone here who values their life too much that they would run.
Of course. We kind of cut to a little bit forward in there, and you are well staffed. It is more female leaning than male leaning as far as the staff, and because he's selfish 17 and has flirting 14, he is chosen mostly from the eye test versus actually seeking out quality. But you have the right people for the right things. That is just the nature of St. George. Yeah.
All right. I'll start training them on how to salt land. Use a deck.
Understood. Okay, we are going to go ahead and get to the next vignette. This is a Beatrice one. Beatrice, how quickly, I mean, is this a next year thing, moving to take hold of Manor under Olwen as your Vavasaur?
She would wait until Cadogan got back.
Perfect. And Cadogan's gone for quite a while. You receive a guest in, like, literally a few days after Olwen leaves. You receive a guest, like a rider that comes into town. A very short rider that comes into town.
They'll ride out with probably Dogged with her.
Okay. Yeah, Dogged's around.
Like one of 2 knights that we have around, yeah.
The rider, as you approach, you know almost immediately. Yes, it was your Bulbasaur, correct? but I was just reading from chat. So as you ride out, you realize quite quickly this is not a man so much as a goblin.
Yep. She
On
keeps
a-
her distance.
Yeah. Dogged will read into that, and he'll kind of ride forward in your defense a bit and say, "Halt there, rider. These lands are not welcome to your kind." He will get down from the horse, and he'll sort of do what a servant would do, where they sort of, what's the right word for that? He'll kind of lower his head and get down on the ground. Is it pot? I forget what it's called. But he kneels forward and says, "I have a message for a lady of the house."
Which lady of the house?
Lady Beatrice.
I had a feeling. Did you all come to threaten me again?
No. Threaten you again? No. I'm not here to threaten. I'm here to carry on a message.
Go on.
The lady of the Goblin Market has one Sir Cadrigan held captive. She offers an opportunity for you to treat with her at the market at her new keep.
I'm gonna fucking kill you, man. Yeah, the fact that you laugh at it. She'll kind of grit her teeth and look at Dogged. And then she'll get closer to the goblin and she'll lean in.
He looks terrified.
You said you weren't threatening me.
I'm not.
Threatening my family is worse than threatening me.
I'm not threatening anyone. I'm here with a message.
She's gonna summon the cat. Just because intimidation.
Okay. Yeah, the cat goes right up
A
and
giant cat.
yeah, you hear the cat. I think the way you even call for the cat is like enough for it to know that it's like in an aggressive mode, and you can hear it. You can hear it snarling, and it's sort of almost like walking at a distance, almost like a predator to its prey as it stalks it a bit.
Fine.
Like a wildcat might stalk a lone wanderer through a trail.
So, little goblin, let's go talk to your lady and her stolen power. How about that?
Very good. He gets up on his pony, and I think he's absolutely terrified of the Beatrice in front of him, but it's clear that he's probably also terrified of the lady of the Goblin Market.
Beatrice will look at Dogged. So, you're pretty much the only competent knight left. And I'd prefer you were here with my children. So,
You could always take Meliodas.
Minodos?
Sorry.
but that would leave this place with only you. No offense.
This is true.
Any advice?
No, you shouldn't go unattended.
Alright. And she'll shout to someone who works at the manor to grab Minodos and tell him to meet her down here. Tell him to pack.
While that's happening, you see you overhear a little bit of an interaction. You hear Balan. He's a dog. Could I go? I haven't traded with a goblin in some time, and Doggins, I don't want to have to explain to your father why you were held captive or went missing. Otherwise, I would welcome it.
Milan, have you traded with goblins before?
My father had a few that traveled to his lands, yes.
Any advice?
And don't trust them.
That's a given.
Do you know anything about this lady?
She's my mother. And I was the lady of the goblin market until she stole it when she took over my life briefly by coming back from the undead.
Best of luck.
Yep. That would be why you're not coming. And she's got a horse with her, I'm assuming. She would have rode out to meet him.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
she's just waiting on Minotos to go out there. She's not even going back in. She's now I'm leaving.
Minotos hasn't quite been the same either since Netley Marsh. He was in melancholy, and then now he's just a little bit more quiet than normal. He's showing his age a bit more too. More gray than brown or dark brown at this point, or whatever. I think it was dark brown.
Is he drunk?
No, he stopped drinking a while back.
Yeah. And I don't think the melancholy pulled him back into it either. I think he's overcome it potentially permanently unless someone pushes him to do it or something like that, right? All right. With that, your entourage exits for your mother's place. We're going to cut away briefly. We'll come back to it. Olwyn. For Olwyn, we are visiting...
Olwyn.
We are visiting the Unseelie Court. It's been a while. One sec. I just need to... Okay. I know I have a map for this somewhere. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to see if I can find the right music here. This could be it. Yeah, that's it. We return. This is where music brings back traumatizing experiences. But we are in Olwyn's court temporarily. We will do the justice event as we always do. We will replace farmer and priest with... farmer's got to be a goblin for sure. Priest is probably... What is a brawl horse thief? A priest. What would be the equivalent of an unseelie priest?
Druid? Maybe? Sorcerer? Warlock?
Yeah. Yeah, you know what it's going to be?
Necromancer?
It's going to be Lady Carlin.
Carlin?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. You are brought... This is brought before you. There was a brawl between one of Lady Carlin's escorts, which is like a reanimated skeleton, and this goblin. The goblin is claiming that the skeleton stole his horse. His grandmother's horse. And that it was Lady Carlin who did it.
Do you have any sort of papers that prove that it's your horse?
No, my grandmother did.
Can you produce them?
No, the emotion's over. You see like the big giant beside him. He's like, he ate her.
I see. Is Lady Carlin present?
Yeah, she's here.
Lady Carlin, is this true? Did this happen?
I had someone that's been seeking reanimated mounts for a cavalry.
Indeed.
I mean, isn't possession most of the way to the law here anyways? Do we really need to play these games that they play elsewhere?
I'm a fan of games.
Me too. Just not these ones. I prefer the ones where I win.
Of course. I suppose it might smooth things over if you were to give some sort of payment or retribution to the goblin.
Give me a just or arbitrary test.
Fuck. Don't you do that.
That's bad. That automatically lowers just by 1.
Yeah.
I think Lady Carlin's, I'm giving you this hairpin that's been in my family for some time. It's worth great value. You can have it appraised. You'll see it. And she hands it to the goblin. The goblin's nodding. And there's a part of you that just knows that's not true. And you're like, at least the goblin looks happy.
Yeah. Honestly, like that fits.
Yeah.
I think she'll give Carlin sort of a look and an eyebrow raise. I know what you're doing, but I'm not gonna say anything. I think in her mind right now, what led to this was the notion that Carlin spoke of an army that she's raising, and Olwen might be in need of an undead army pretty soon. So I think that's the catalyst.
Okay. Understood.
Like letting
Yeah.
her get away with this. Maybe it's like
Sweetens the
remember
pot for
that I
you.
did this.
Yeah.
You know, you
Understood.
owe me.
Understood. I will also get Olwen to tick deceitful if you don't have it ticked.
She just got deceitful from her
Okay. Right.
toxic positivity
Yeah,
earlier.
that's right.
Yeah.
Different mode, but we'll keep it. So
And did you say tick arbitrary or?
yeah, well, just
uh,
automatically went down, so you can
Okay,
just up
okay.
arbitrary by 1.
Perfect. Yep. Yep.
Okay, so the Justice event's over. It's nearing the time where the Goblin Knight needs to be focused. It's nearing Samhain. And you need to tell the Goblin Knight where he will commit his terrible, heinous raid on Samhain.
Tonight. Do you remember the last Samhain I set you somewhere? And I made a request that you were merciful.
He nods.
Sending you to Wessex. And I'm not making that request.
I'm gonna roll something for him. See if he even knows. Nope, he doesn't. This is very well, Lady Owen.
Right. Thank you.
It's a shame that the Winter Prince died. Your mother, everyone was counting on him.
Really? I thought you didn't want him to make it. I was under the impression that he was going to break something here.
I was quite suspicious. He kind of stops, like he's doesn't want to share too much.
Tonight, you are always allowed to speak freely amongst me.
The people, the mortals from your side, they're not the only ones who back kings.
I'm sure.
The Winter Prince represented an opportunity, if I understand it well.
Speak plainly, I am not the most politically minded.
Nor am I, he says.
You understand things on a level quite more intriguing than I do.
I'm closer to it. That's all. I'm not sure it was so much posturing or setting up things to be the way they are. But the Winter Prince, if there's one who represents order, the Winter Prince represented us. Perhaps. I guess that's what concerns me. What I know is that the Seelie, they seem to back. They want the new faith to come. They wanted to drive out the old faith. And as it does, every bit it does, this realm gets further away from the mortals.
Do they not understand that the new faiths would be just as against them as they are for you? They make no distinction.
They don't care. Once things are separated...
How is that order?
It's a segregation, I suppose. What is from here will stay here. And what is from there will stay there.
That's rich, considering that they just had a cavalry try and chase me down on the road.
Sorry?
I was on my way back from Shooten Manor, all the way to Barrowcrest. And they were bearing down on me. I fully believe they had ill intent, and Barrowcrest is hardly defensible right now, but I feel that they potentially mean to add to the numbers, trying to destroy it. Perhaps as a means to get to the entry point.
I don't understand everything that your mother understands. I overhear things and I pay attention. He says with a low tone.
Explain?
It seems there were two heirs of Uther Pendragon. I heard your mother say that Lucille back the other one, wherever he is, that the one Merlin took is alive and well.
Well, perhaps if he were to find his way to Barrow Crest, could reason has our own, like we nearly did with Finn. Maybe if he saw that we weren't that bad.
Your mother doesn't consider this Merlin an ally. She considers him a meddler. Seems that most do.
I wouldn't know, I've never met him.
Nor have I. He does not visit like the ladies do.
Ugh. Don't talk to me about them.
You should know that they were very much in support of this Winter Prince as well.
Then why did they send him off to die?
Did they?
He fills his head with nonsense. Made him believe he was something he was not. Made him reckless.
There's a knowing look on the Goblin Knight's face. Seldom takes a brave knight. Very little to be reckless.
He was very brave. Very good. And I wanted the best for him, I really did. I believed in him, even though I was certain he would lead to something bad. He stirred hope within me. It's like a little nephew. I wanted the best for him.
Do not show weakness of emotion in this court, Lady Owen. He says low.
I am angry.
That's better.
I want to protect my home. Both of them.
We'll make preparations for Wessex. He says, he puts a hand on your shoulder.
Thank you, Sir Knight.
He'll bow and then he'll depart.
Right before he fully leaves. Thank you. You've always been there for me. In your own way. And I know it is not necessarily kindness, but I believe in you and I appreciate you for everything.
He nods to you, avoiding any sort of emotional show in here, especially. He'll simply turn and walk away.
Good hunting.
And with that, we'll cut over to the scene we have yet to touch upon, which is Elian. So you stayed last we left off, yes? With Melia Grants?
Yeah. She was in no shape to travel.
He would allow you to stay, but it's almost like you're a prisoner, like being ransomed, a captive being ransomed. He doesn't lock the door or anything for you, but he does not interact with you, making sure that the servants, and you find out that the staff is almost non-existent, and they're like too terrified to really talk and interact. And they are very much unseelie, by the way.
I was about to ask, what are they? So
Yeah, it's probably like they wouldn't all necessarily be unseelie, but they aren't necessarily seelie either. But they're fairy, so it'd be like a dwarf and
yeah, so they're
a meek
either
elf.
unseelie or they might not belong to any.
Yeah, there is a brownie here as well, so that person that definitely isn't unseelie, because that would be really bad.
Yeah, okay. I think she's kind of used to fairies that don't belong to a court because Bloodwind kind of had a thing with them, which is why she died. Okay, so they're scared. Do they seem scared of Maliagrants or scared of me? What do I think they're scared
more
of?
Probably more the authority of Maliagrants. I think Beauty and the Beast style a bit. Yeah. Intimidated.
Okay. Is there something I could do to get them to talk to me? Because I think she has to be there for a while. So I think she'd try to be friendly.
Yeah, you can try to be kind and see if they warm up a bit.
Would that be...
That would be courtesy.
Okay. She's famously courteous, so we'll see how that goes.
Never say it. Never say it before.
Yep.
Yeah. This is easy to explain. What you did, we'll say, would normally work just fine. If it weren't for the fact that, yeah, their current situation keeps them from being more than the basic of hospitable to you.
Okay. How long does she need to be there to recover? She was at 11 hit out of 30 last time we...
You're cutting out a bit, by the way. If you can fix that.
Sorry, hang on. Is this better?
So far, it's hard to tell until you start talking for more than 3 words at a time. That's usually, unfortunately, how these things work. So your healing rate is probably 3, so it's probably going to take you... It's probably been another month. So you're up another 12 hit points.
At 23. Not bad.
You're probably getting ready to be able to ride now. So we're kind of nearing the end of it. Of your stay.
Yeah. But she's got about, because she doesn't want to outstay. She doesn't want to be under his hospitality for too long.
Right. She didn't want to overstay her welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty clear on that too. He said basically you're good to stay till you can ride, and then with not it's more what he didn't say, which is basically get the hell out once you're done.
Yeah. Yes, I think she's preparing to go at this point because she's almost at 12 hit points. So I think she's good enough to go.
Okay. Roll me a d10. Okay. Meliagrance is away right now. He's come and gone quite often, right? Returning every couple of days, sort of thing. Do you want to say anything, or do you want to just do you want to wait around, or just make your way out?
What does she think would be the most
hospitable,
courteous? Yeah.
I'll take an intrigue roll in this case. It's more about who your person is, if that's what you're at, like who your host is.
Yeah. Okay, success.
I think you know that he would be... If you stuck around to say goodbye, that would be for you, not for him.
Okay. She will leave a note, I guess.
Okay. Can you write? Can you
Very
read and write?
simple. She can. Not
Okay.
well, but she can.
Okay.
In Latin, for whatever that's worth.
Yep. Okay. What does it say at a high level? You don't have to give me the full letter, but what is the meaning behind the letter?
It's just generally a thank you and well wishes.
Okay.
Very
Okay.
simple. She's not good at writing. She doesn't do it much.
Yep. I'll give you, even though you failed that, I'll give you a tick on courtesy and intrigue here. And a tick on hospitality. And you are ready to go. Yeah, we already went over wound stuff, right, with you? There were no major wounds,
Yeah,
I
I
think.
didn't take any major wounds. So
Yeah.
that's, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no one hit met my major wound requirement.
So you leave the letter, and as you're leaving, there is we'll say this is like the meek elf. You haven't seen a lot of these type of elves. These would be not those of the Sealy, no one of import, right? This would be like the equivalent of a peasant to a commoner to a noble, right? This elf, she sort of bows to you and says, "I will make sure that the master gets your letter. Ride safe, Sir Knight."
Thank you. Thank you for all of your help to me.
We do only what is right, only what is hospitable, and of course what our master tells us.
Doesn't mean I'm not grateful for it.
You are fortunate you are not Cornish. He would have skinned you.
I do also hate the Cornish.
Then I see why he looked after you. With that,
I
she'll
like him
kind of
better.
she'll step aside. Okay. You go out. Your horse is, in fact, in the stables.
Right. So she will essentially saddle up. She's probably already double checked all of her. Sorry. She's probably already double checked all of her belongings and stuff to ride out.
Yeah.
And she's pretty sure she's somewhere in between Faerie, so she's gonna be really careful to stay away from either court.
That's fair.
She really doesn't want to get involved with either.
Yep. Give me a hunting roll.
Yeah, let's see how that goes. Success.
Okay. All of you, give me a D10 roll, please.
All of us?
Yep. Okay, that was just a trick to see what Elian and Beatrice rolled. Sure enough, folks, as the entourage heads down south towards the Goblin Market, which is real close to this place, if you recall, Elian, you, or we'll say from Beatrice's perspective, you see a lone rider, and it doesn't take long to recognize this rider as the two of you encounter each other.
You lived.
I did manage to survive. Yes.
That's good.
Intrigue roll.
Oh,
From who?
Both.
fun. 1 second. I don't have my sheet open.
That could take 15 years.
It's okay. It's going
Yes.
normal speed now. I don't
Okay,
know what
good.
happened, but something between point A and point B connected.
Fix it.
So,
Okay.
success.
Yeah, fair enough. Continue on.
I hate you. Given what we've lost, that's good. Are you
Is-
going back to Barrowcrest then, or are you off somewhere else?
I'm not sure.
I'm going to go fight with my mother, probably. She kidnapped Cadogan. It's a whole thing.
Oh,
So if you feel the need to punch somebody, I might
yeah.
I
I
might have
do
that
actually.
option.
Yeah, I would enjoy getting into another fight, actually. Yeah, that sounds good.
This is why I feel we get along. Okay. So we're going to a goblin market to my mother, who is a necromancer and back from the dead, so technically undead. And, has my husband and the goblin market behind her. So what could go wrong, I guess?
I'm, yeah, nothing about that question is at all going to invite fate. Okay.
No. Yep. So
She's
she'll
very much not looking at Menodos right now.
Yep. Menodos knows that.
Nope.
is
The same for Beatrice
do
would
I
definitely
see
notice
it?
that.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, I don't see
that was the contested intrigue between you two.
Oh.
So I
Mm.
can't see it.
You
Alright.
can't tell that Alien has a
That's
death
fine.
wish.
I got a
Yeah.
few things going
Oh,
on.
okay. Yeah, you can't.
Can I tell the shadiness between Elian and Menodos? Or no?
No, because they both rolled higher than you too. So they're
Sounds good.
playing. Yeah,
Alright.
they're playing the game a little bit better than you right now, as far as like the game of.
My husband got kidnapped,
Thrones.
so
Yeah.
they can
Yeah,
play
yeah.
whatever game they want.
Yeah, you got priorities exactly.
I've
Yeah.
got stuff going on. Beatrice is just going to be like, okay then, and then just start writing, like very brisk, like glad you're alive. We're going.
Alien essentially falls into line.
Okay. We'll cut forward. You find the goblin market much like how you left it. That is to say, somewhere you could live without.
Yeah, I could. Why would you do that?
You get to.
Bob, this is her mom's music, not my mom's music. It's Owen's mom's music.
Well, that was before when your mom was alive, right?
I don't want this. Okay.
As you near the keep, you see a number of horses, and as you kind of all ride by, we'll give you a horsemanship test.
Horsemanship?
Yeah.
Give me a second. Oh, now my sheet's not loading. Give me a second. Oh, now it's bad again. This is gonna take a second. I'm so sorry. I was gonna maybe try and impassion. I'm not. It's too hard to click things right now.
Beatrice, for
Yeah.
whatever reason, you are just dead focused on I need to yell at my
Try to
mom
blow
and like
stuff up. Yep.
but I think like all your horses get a little uneasy as they ride past where these horses are stabled. But I think it's Elian that picks up on the fiendishness of these horses. Much like fiend knights that you fought from the Broken Land. Is that what it's called? Did I get that? What was it called? Help me out. I'm failing. My mind's failing here. The Borderlands that you had the Great War with all those years ago.
Muddylands?
Yes, there we go. The Mudlands.
Elian wasn't present for the Mudlands.
Yeah, Alien wasn't there for that.
Right.
She probably came across
You know what? There
trees.
was the raid, though. I think you were there for the raid, were you not? Nope, you weren't there for that either. You know what? You just have a lot of Fey knowledge, so we'll just say.
Yeah, I probably came across them when I was serving the Sealy Court.
Yeah. Yeah, so these are likely past living horses, and there's like dozens and dozens of them.
Does it look like they have riders?
Not currently. They're stabled.
Okay.
As you make your way to the tower, you see a small sentry of Fiend Knights. They stand almost in a line, like presenting you forward, like royalty.
I have the cat out, by the way. Giant cat's coming with me.
Okay. The
Cat
cat
lead.
is acting like however you're acting. So if you're angry and sort of like brave now, but a little on guard, that's exactly how he'll act. So,
Yeah, I want him to be intimidating and creepy.
okay. At that point, you're led in, just to skip forward a bit, and you come face to face with your mother, unfortunately, for the first time in a very long time.
Yeah, you'd really, of all the people I wish stayed dead, probably the chief among them.
That's fair. That could have gone so many ways, but it went the way it went.
Oh yeah, I rolled so many things. Oh great, she's looking fantastic. Is that actually how she looks?
I think you both have sight. Ellie, and you have it at a minor level, right?
I have 6. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll say that there's not going to be a sight test. You can roll it and you can tick it, but you're going to see it regardless. As long as you don't fumble. I guess if you fumble, then you won't see it.
I can't tick it because I can only put it up if you say I put it.
Yeah, but I'm giving you a test right now. This is a big one.
Okay.
Oh.
I have an 18. Can I just assume I see it?
Yep.
Or should I roll it?
It's up to you whether you want to tick or not.
No, it's all right.
Okay. Yeah, so Ellie and you even see that. I think for Minodos, sorry.
Minodos.
All the names are getting really close together.
Those two I've always mixed up. It's been a problem. But with that, Hilid looks kind of just a little more gaunt version of what she looked like prior to Minodos. But to the rest of you, you can see with sight through that, and you see her actual form. There are guards standing kind of along the walls. These fiend knights that stand almost like statues as you enter. Ah, my eldest daughter. Welcome to my new home.
Yeah, I figured you took that when you tried to take over my life.
Just temporarily, my dear.
However, temporarily, I'm not sure you anticipated me getting out of the land of the dead.
I was going to return you once I was done achieving what I needed to achieve in the Mudlands.
Secondary to your plans as always. How little this changes. So, I'd like to ask you a question.
Of course.
Before we treat, I'm curious about something, if you'll bear with me. Why do to me what the ladies did to you?
I don't move to hurt you, Beatrice.
But you do. I'm not sure they moved to hurt you, but they did.
Oh, they intended to do what they did.
I don't think the intention is the problem. I think the outcome is. Don't become them.
I'll never be like them.
you're being like them now.
Oh no. I simply knew that there was no other way to have my daughter visit me than to nudge her along.
Show me he's alive.
You hear some noise, and then you see Cadogan come out under armed escort. He's kind of doing this as they get too close to him as he walks out. He's like, what the hell's the meaning of this? And then he stops and sees you, and then he's like confused.
So,
But he looks very healthy. He doesn't look like he's not stumbling or limping or anything.
your goal was to get me here to speak, so let him come to me. And we'll speak.
Of course.
He's no bargaining chip in your terms.
Not anymore. And with that, Cadogan just naturally will go over with his allies and get the hell away from them. No one moves to intercept him. I've been thinking a lot about how much time we missed out on with what the ladies did to me and your father. We were always on the run. Now they've brainwashed your sister. She is one of them now. There's nothing that can be done about that.
I'm glad you came to terms with that.
I realize just how much you and I have had in common all this time, and yet my anger, my vengeance carried me forward. I ignored you.
You didn't just ignore me, you hurt me. So,
Hurt you.
oh yes. We fought before, Mother.
Family fights.
Family doesn't fight with armies. I have one now, I would know.
An army?
An actual family.
You have little ones, then.
You've met one of them, I assume. And you're not to come near them. I've kept them far from this, as they should be.
Your children are of my interest. They are yours. Like I said, I will not do what the ladies did to me. I will not take children from a mother.
You took my father. That wasn't very kind.
Your father was taken by more than me. Whatever happened to that accursed relic?
Another man has it now. And I mean you took my father when you left St. George.
Indeed.
Wasn't very kind of you. No goodbyes. No, I'm sorry I sent you to the world of the dead to meet the god of the dead. By the way, reasonable man, but not how I wanted to spend my time.
Yes, I suppose that was... I couldn't quite ask you, and I doubt you would have agreed if I did.
And you expect me to treat with you now?
You've grown up some. There are matters bigger than whatever feelings you and I have as family.
Do tell.
I'm raising defenses for this county.
Yes.
The Cornish will find it difficult to spend their time here.
Good.
We're not on opposing sides anymore, Beatrice.
I don't care.
So that means you wouldn't work with me if need be.
Out of character, did she say we're not on opposing sides or they're not on opposing
We're
sides?
not on opposing
Oh,
sides.
I thought you said they're, meaning the Cornish, which is
No,
why
no.
she don't care. What exactly are you asking? I swore off your magic. I won't do it.
I see. It would have helped to have your support. This army can't reanimate itself.
I made a promise, an oath, if you will, to myself a very long time ago that I wouldn't use it, that I would like to respect life enough to not meddle with those past death. I have a friend who was brought back. It's horrifying. Better to let people rest.
Perhaps the ladies have gained more influence over you than I thought.
Now, you're just being insulting, and I don't find that conducive to us working together, do you? I'm not a child.
She sort of tilts her head to the side. Insulting? You don't like the ladies.
They cost you a child, they cost me a child. I'm a little done. I'm not going after them, but I think I'd let them stay out of my life for now. Minus Nimue. She visits as she pleases.
Is she lost to them? Truly?
Nimue is her own person. But I think if you kidnap her, she's going to not be amenable to your terms. Shocking as that may be.
We're past such things. I would very much like to get back at the ones who did the most harm. Nineveh, Vivian.
I understand the feeling. But I don't want my entire life to be ruled by hating someone.
If we saw to their death, it wouldn't be a whole life. It could be quite short. And you could return to your business.
That would hurt Nimue, and I don't know how much I'm willing to do that.
Consider it. Are you still a lady dwelling in Barrow Crest? If I understood
Not-
everything correctly, that you'd abandoned it last I heard. Well, in St. George, as you, of course.
Yes, that little incident. I won't be in Barrowcrest much longer, but yes, I am referred to as Lady Beatrice.
Will you be going to another manor or seeking? Are you being raised? Landed?
I will have my own.
Oh. Congratulations. I'm proud of you.
Guards!
Fucking you laugh every time.
Squires!
Hey, Neil Sketches. Welcome in, friend. Thanks.
Hello. I'm suffering. It's fine. If you want to fight Cornwall, I'm not the one to approach. I have no power to fight them. I will not use your power. Of that I am very sure.
Someone must do something.
Someone may.
If not for raising the dead, perhaps you could at least work with the living. It seems that no one in Summerland seems to know how to raise an army.
Oh, it's so true though. As I was saying, it's not me you should have approached. You should have approached either Cadwy or Lady Olwen. She's the Unseelie Queen's daughter. She could raise an Unseelie army if she really wants to. She's beginning to want to.
Her undead maw sort of forms, and she slides forward a seal. On it, you see the crest of King Cadwy. And with that, we're going to go ahead and to be continue.
That little shit.
All right, folks. This has been Summerland Enchantment. We're going to do some outros here and turn the music to something not as creepy. And yeah. There we go. It's nice and lovely again. Yeah. It's the Shire moments of Summerland.
Yeah.
How long has it been since we had that?
It's been a minute.
It's been war and depressing for a hot second.
Yeah. You guys hit Anarchy late, but boy, did you hit it.
Boy, we hit Anarchy. We're about to go into war number 2. War number 1,000,000, really. But
I want to get married.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to
ask
tell
the
me.
questions. I'm so proud of you.
I mean, you might get
Thank you.
married. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Depending on the consequences of my
I'm really
actions.
upset that y'all are plotting against this girl that has not even been put into this marriage.
Look.
I don't want the middle one to die. She seems cool and feisty. But the older, the younger one, I think need a manner.
I cannot with any of
Look,
you right now.
if they're inside during when it's fine.
You can just raise them from the dead. Come on.
I'm not going to. Jesus Christ. Bob, do the outro. Before I kill these
Let's start
people.
with Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I played Princess Lady Olwen of the Unseelie Court and Barrowcrest. And, she got to be so angry today. Change, but I think she's valid right now, honestly. Good for her.
And Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily. I played Beatrice. Beatrice is angry every episode, so it really wasn't that much of a deviation. But, Cadwy has proven to be pretty much what I thought he was going to be, so. Doing great. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna not kill anyone, totally.
Nicole.
I'm Nicole. I played Sir Elian the Lost, and she's really put out that it seems like she's not going to get to fight these fiendish knights.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. Seeketh a battle another day.
Yeah, it seems increasingly unlikely that she's not going to get to fight a bunch of fiendish. It's not the same. She's not going to die playing Dodge Rock. It's not the same.
Doesn't mean the same. All right.
Oh, no.
And Cyberbro.
All right, I am Cyberbro. I play Sir Lucius Julianus, and it's a lot. It was a lot, man. It was a lot.
Fine.
So much.
Yeah. Social meat grinder. I learned from some of the greatest. Yeah. More problems than you have solutions. That's always good GM tactic.
Have enough salt for all these problems.
That's fair.
You do not have enough salt for all these problems.
I need so much salt for all these.
So much more salt.
Yeah. Okay, I've been Bob. If you've been watching for the first time, welcome in. We hit our 370 for followers today on Twitch on our road to 500. So thank you. If you're new to us and you're watching on either on Twitch or later on YouTube on the VODs, please join. Please follow us. Let us know you like it because that encourages us to do more. We play Pendragon Sunday in Salisbury, Tuesday in Summerland, and Friday in Gales, all set in the same world with lots of crossover in the storyline between the three games. We're playing from the rise of King Uther Pendragon to the death of King Arthur. And this game is 24 years into play, if memory serves. So we're getting along. We're getting along. Not in real life, of course. It's about 2 years in play. But
Getting along in real life.
all right. We also have a number of other small mini series. I'll do a shout out because we start our session 0 next week. Cyberbro will be walking us through session 0 of Daggerheart. Yay! And we're gonna do a GM roulette. So Cyberbro will be doing GM for session 1. I'll probably do session 2 and Mark session 3. That's the current rate. We're gonna do that in August. And then after that, I have another announcement. So in October, I have a cast and a guest GM coming in to run Delta Green during the horror month. So this is modern Cthulhu. It's like Homeland meets Cthulhu. So you're like government agents brushing against the supernatural. It should be a good time. Everyone will live and it'll be a nice, happy time. That's a short one. I'll keep you posted on that. And yeah, that's all I'm going to do for now. I'm going to quickly go to the BRB screen while we raid out, and we're going to raid some friends. Encourage you to stick around and watch what we do. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
With Kimmer culture, Christian religion, Salisbury homeland, and a random family characteristic. You can choose different options for all these. There are 5 characteristics: size, dexterity, strength, constitution, and appeal. Size and con determine total hit points and unconscious value. Size and strength determine weapon and brawling damage. Dex keeps a character upright or horsed and is used for starting weapon skills and throwing. Con also affects healing rate. App covers starting social skills, attractiveness, distinctive traits, and seating at feast. Skills have base starting values. Some determine